All right. Hey guys, we are going to do an Elliott wave speed session. We're going to breeze through, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 instruments very quickly. I'm not going to do too much teaching. I'm just going to talk about the parameters. And honestly, that's one of the most powerful things that Elliott wave provides for its practitioners is having good parameters to know where support has broken or to know where you're wrong and to confirm where you're getting it right. All right, let's dive in starting with Bitcoin. Then we're going to breeze through and do Bitcoin, a couple of currencies, gold, silver, an index or two, and ending with my favorite, crude oil. All right, let's dive into the charts. All right, so looking at Bitcoin, we were looking at this as a wave 4, as an ABC correction. That appears to be what we got. I put this ratio box down here along with this fib based on the internal measurements of this potential 5-wave move down. Look at the reaction we had. Currently, Bitcoin did bottom right where we would look for it to bottom, right near the 382. This is like a perfect wave 4, honestly, right here. So given the nature of that bounce, one could see it as impulsive. So we are making higher lows. That's Bitcoin. This entire structure, see this white 3, 4, to complete this 5-wave structure projects somewhere up to around 85 to 88,000 per Bitcoin. So that's a whole lot of more upside going on right there. Let's move on, look at UJ, US dollar, Japanese yen. We were looking for this wave 4 in this blue box. That's what happened. I wasn't expecting it to happen almost entirely in one 4-hour candle, but that's what it did. And then now it's consolidating, just chopping in this range, which is indicative of a wave 4. So as long as this box holds, there would be no overlap as long as price does not get below the top of this wave 1, in which case there is a wave 5 that projects up into this region, and there's a couple fibs up there of varying degrees along with the ratio box. It is worth noting that this top is not like every other top. This is a major topping zone. If this makes it up into this box, this is a major multi-year kind of a top. All right, let's look at GJ, British pound, Japanese yen, coming right into, I have 2 ratio boxes up here, which I've been waiting for since this low, back, that's months and months ago. This measurement projects up into this area, and that's where price got rejected and got a reversal. I'm viewing this as a large degree wave 3, and wave 4 targets into somewhere down here. This is just initially. We'll get more information once this comes down more, if it does. Bottoms and then gives a bounce. I'll be able to remeasure that structure and then dial in a little bit more and get a little bit more accurate about where this thing may bottom, if that's indeed what's playing out. But at the moment, I could say that we look like we are topping or have already topped. All right, let's look at silver. Awesome. This came down in 3-wave correction right into our support box. We were waiting for it. It went a little deeper, honestly, than I thought. But look at this beautiful reaction. Now it's pulling back. So ideally, I'd like to come down a little bit deeper. It's hard to say, but I want it to come deeper where I will start layering into small positions to the long side. That's in silver. This projects much higher. Of course, it's been projecting much higher for many months now. It's just a question of which one of these bottoms is going to give rise to the next meaningful impulse. Similar with gold. Gold did top out in our ratio box almost perfectly, struck a fib that we had up there almost perfectly, and got rejected just as we were expecting. And now it's bouncing. Is the bounce over? Sure would be ideal if the bounce is over. Can it wiggle its way a few higher? Yes, but if you do not want to see it make a new high, although just because it does make a new high doesn't automatically negate the potential for price to come down in this box. But that's what we're looking for. Ideally, is if this has topped in the bounce, this is the ideal support at the moment based on this price action. The more price action we get, the more measurements I can take, the more I can keep dialing it in. And it changes. This is not static. We were working with a non-linear complex environment called markets. So you have to understand, this is not a treasure map. These are not predictions. I'm just giving you parameters. RTY, it broke out. Here was a good parameter. Anybody trying to get short, once this got above here in a straight line, that should include you in to stop out of your shorts. I certainly did because I tried to short here. I tried to short here, 2 stop outs in a row. I am short again, small size. That's my new thing, meaning for the last 7 months, 8 months, small size. Size it down, much better for my style of trading. Here is the Nasdaq. Wow, we were expecting a pullback at some point. Man, look at that pullback. So really the million-dollar question is this just an A wave, or is this all of the pullback, or what? Is this wave 4? Is it already over and this is 1, 2 of wave 5 going to go much higher? Well, here's the cool thing. I don't have any idea, but what I do have are parameters. So look, if it comes back up and gets above there, it's still possible it's a B wave. And we're going to come down a little bit deeper. But if this is impulsive and this is a wave 2 correction and we do not make a new low and we make a new high, I'll be looking in here for the potential of a start to wave 5. These parameters is really the magic of Elliott wave along with the fibs. All right, now my favorite, crude oil. We were looking for this B wave. We nailed it in the room. And by the way, when I say the room and I'm talking about trading, Armando over at The Professor Trades. The link is in the description of this video. The Professor Trades. If you're looking for support, if you need to change your psychology, if you're letting winners turn into losers, if you're stopping out and then jumping right back in and losing even more, if you're making these kind of mistakes, come join the club. The Professor has a very unique way of helping you correct your mindset. And a quote came to mind when I was thinking about him. The therapeutic value of one trader helping another is without parallel. The therapeutic value of one trader helping another is without parallel. Armando is a master of day trade scalper, and he's a master of his own psychology, and he's teaching it to others. All right, let's finish up with crude. So we came up into this, what we think is a B wave top, and now we've got an impulse down in 5 waves. Don't take my word for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's possible this comes down one more if I have these wrong, if this is just the 3, 4 of an internal structure and it's going to give one more low. But if this general region holds, at the moment, this is the target for a wave 2. Hopping, and that's 83.11 would be the minimum target. So if this bounces back up to 83.11, of course it could do whatever it wants, including continuing to go lower, including just come up higher and wreck everything I'm saying. But Elliott wave is good at showing you what is most probable out of a field of probability. So we're looking at this as 1 down with a retrace of 2, and the most powerful long wave of this C wave would be the 3. So you got 1, 2, 3. That's what you want to trade for, is that 3. Then a wave 4, get everybody chopped up, and people don't know you're in a wave 4. People that don't know the character of a wave 4 are going to wreck and give back all the gains that they just made on the wave 3. So don't do that. And then we'll get one more shove down, ideally somewhere into these yellow fibs down here. All right, so that was my Elliott wave speed session. If you like what you're hearing, go ahead and subscribe. On Sundays, I usually put out sort of a straight analysis video showing parameters like this. And then during the week, I like to put out a video or two that is a little bit more educational, talking about the details of actual Elliott wave. Maybe you'll watch me mark up some charts. So if you're into this, if you're following and you want to keep getting analysis, just hit the subscribe so you'll know when I post a chart. And don't forget to check the description field looking for The Professor Trades. All right, thanks a lot for watching. And I hope to see you in the Professor Trades room. All right, you guys take care and happy trading. Bye-bye.